Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in, and welcome back to our F1 2021 full season playthrough. And today it's a bit of a somber day, as today it's our final race in the Alpine, and our final race in the F1 2021 full season series. We are heading to the Abu Dhabi GP. This season has had its ups, its downs. We had so many victories through this year. I mean, we have 17 wins. We want to get out of there with 18 victories, which means there are only a handful of Grand Prix that we did not win at. And I gotta say, this series has been crazy. It's been amazing. We've played with the cars so much, and we've had so much fun with this. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So, we're going to send this series off of a bang. We already have the Drivers' Championship, but after this video's done, we can finally celebrate it as we head into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. In fact, let's just go back really quickly through the season really fast, because as you can see, we won at Bahrain, then we DNF'd at Imola, we won in Portugal, got a 6th in Spain, then we DNF'd at Monaco and got a 12th place at Azerbaijan. Then we went on a tear of victories, had 1 DNF in Australia, and now here we are again set for the final race. I mean, let's see how many wins we had. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 wins up to this point. And now, with the fact that we are coming up here to Abu Dhabi, I want to make it 18. So, let's not delay too much. Let's go ahead and advance the time one last time. Alright, well, time to go practice the car one final time, as well as get the thing qualified, and I'll meet you on the grid momentarily as we get set to end the F1 2021 full season playthrough.
So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains here in the United Arab Emirates on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have 21 corners here at the Yas Marina circuit, 12 to the left and 9 to the right. It's a total lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are 2 long back straights opening up some passing opportunities into the braking zones, and we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles an hour. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about the scientist. What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship victory, and the pressure now surely off, with the title already in the bag.
It really is well-deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well-managed. Here's hoping they let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. The scientist lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Sainz, Tsunoda, Vettel and Lance Stroll, Perez, Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty, Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso, Russell, Mick Schumacher, Daniel Ricciardo, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi, Giovinazzi, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nikita Mazepin. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, we've already won the championship, so relax and enjoy this race.
Well, yep, we'll see. We'll see how much we can relax and enjoy. Anyway, let's take a look at the strategy here, and as you can see, we are going to stick with this because it's a two-stopper, and it looks like soft, medium, mediums are the best way to go. So we're going to stick with that pretty much. And you saw there that Valtteri Bottas came very close. Our car that we have here was good, but I think we'll be better once we get into the race and once we can get some heat in the tires and get that going. But, oh man, I almost don't want this to end. I love this car. But we have some good pastors coming up at Ferrari. So if you're ready and you look ready, here we go. Let's finish up the season. So now we go into the parade and pace lap as per usual.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Alright, so we'll just keep an eye out here. This has been a very crazy season, and we've dominated quite a bit. Hopefully we can get our 18th win of the season, and, you know, send this Alpine off with a good bang. Because I will tell you, it's definitely... I don't even know what to say at this point, because, you know, it's finally happening. It's finally here that we are now at the final race of the season that started way back in Bahrain.
Of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good.
It started way back in Bahrain, and we took this car from a mid-pack car to just a winning, to just a machine that could win. And who knows what we can do here. Now, of course, Abu Dhabi is a brilliant track. This thing was introduced not too many years ago, and it also has a completely different configuration in one sector of the track. In fact, I'll talk about it when we get to it, but when we get to this track in F1 2023, we are actually going to not be taking a specific chicane. And plus, it was also the race that saw Max Verstappen get his first title, and a lot of people none too pleased about it because of what Michael Massey did. Of course, when you bring that up, everybody gets very angry and all from that. In fact, there are some that are still butthurt to this day. But we already have the Drivers' Championship locked up, so let's just finish these 28 laps and finish strong here at Abu Dhabi. So here we go. We're coming back to the start-finish line. The AI will take over our car here in just a matter of seconds. There it is. And let's see if we can get another victory. We just need to beat the Mercedes duo. I know this track's going to suit them because there's more straight line corners than there are technical portions. But we need to get a good launch off the line in order to beat them. So let's see if we can do it, and see if we can wrap up our 18th win.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
So just sitting here and waiting for the final time to say it. Final time to say those famous words. Here we go. Here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go! Brilliant start off the line as we headed our way into turn 1. Valtteri Bottas tries to go underneath us. We run really wide. But Bottas decided better to just kind of fall back in line. Yeah, we went way too far off the line, but Bottas did not take that opportunity, and we did use a little bit of our overtake just to try and get the bonsai run here on Bottas. And it looks like Max Verstappen has gotten the bonsai on Lewis Hamilton, which is great. Now down the long straightaway here. We have some of our overtake back, so let's see if we can defend with this overtake. Meanwhile, I can see that Bottas is closing the gap, but he's not going to have enough to get past us. Now let's turn off the overtake and just slam it down here into the corner. Nice and easy through there. Oh man, that's the slowest part of the track. And there's 2 DRS zones, as you guys saw in the video package, so we got to be really careful about those. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about it so much here. Anyway, you can see that this is a 28-lap race, so a little bit more than what we were used to over at Abu Dhabi. But, you know, it's the final race of the season, why not make it why not make it just a little bit longer? Ooh, car got a little loose there, but we're hanging in there. And I think Valtteri Bottas probably got a huge upgrade on the car, because now all of a sudden they're right behind us, trying to make something happen with this. But we can keep ourselves right up here at the front. Use a little bit of our overtake to get a little bit of a boost. So put us P1 again with the fastest lap, but that'll change throughout the race. Car feels a little tight right now, and I think it's because I left it that way after we did some practicing sessions. Wow! Okay, a little bit messy there. I may need to adjust the front wing a little bit on the first pit stop, because this is, like, really weird. Now, let's see what we can do here and get a little bit more of a gap. Also going to go over here, and I'm going to up the downforce at least to about a 10 on the front wing, because this car definitely feels like it's going to be a bit of a problem. I mean, I don't know who decided to put the front wing at 7 on downforce, but we'll just have to see how that works when we go to pit road. And now we've opened up a small gap. I'm not sure what happened to Valtteri Bottas just now. But let's see what we can do here as we make our way through the technical portions of the track. So right now, we lead the way. Charles Leclerc is... sorry, not Charles Leclerc. Valtteri Bottas is second, Verstappen's third, Lewis Hamilton is fourth, and Charles Leclerc is right there in the 5th position. My god, Bottas just closed the gap on us because we did get a little bit loose. And because of having such a low downforce in the front end, that's where he's really catching us, is just with the fact that we have such a low tolerance here on the downforce. As we come off the corner, we will get the fastest lap again, but all of a sudden, Lewis Hamilton gets it. Oh, that will not stand. And race control has now enabled the DRS. So that means now we gotta really do some damage here. We really need to get that fastest lap back. And usually we've done it before in latter stages of the race, but let's see if we can get it back here, because we don't want Lewis Hamilton getting that fastest lap. Believe me, if somebody else besides us got the fastest lap in this race, I'd be really ticked off. Right now, nobody's within range of me to use the DRS, so we're going to be just fine. Now let's see if we can make our way through here. And yeah, the low downforce in the front wing is really becoming a problem, so I think we're going to come in right as they tell us to. No fancy strategies for this race. This is going to be very straightforward. Well, we went purple there in that sector, and I'm also using a little bit of overtake here. Trying to see if we can do something with it. Get through the corners just fine. Nice and easy through here. See that's where Bottas gets the most time. I mean, I think it's just me, and also it's because of the fact that we have such a weird front downforce. See, look at that. I ran wide, but is he going to try and pass me? Not quite. But I think we're going to end up not getting that time. Let's see. Yep. Nope, it goes to Max Verstappen. And all because we messed up that one little... It's all because we messed up that one little entrance. See, that would be a limitation. That would be track limits right there, I think. But yikes. Right now, this car is just struggling. It's struggling to maintain. It's struggling to maintain anything. And now, Valtteri Bottas is going to be on the DRS here. But I don't think he's going to have enough to really catch us. I mean, he'll have enough to get right up to our back tail section, but there's not much he can do after that. Let me get a little full race update here.
You're leading the pack. P1, Bottas behind. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Pit window will open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps.
Alright,
25 laps to go.
Alright, so our pit stop is coming up here in about 3 laps time, so if we can just suffer through this little bit, then we'll be okay. But you can see that we are just having all kinds of weird problems. Oops. Got a little bit too wide there. Yeah, so this time... So this time, unfortunately, we did not get that, and, you know, one of the things that made the Alpine so good, I can actually say this, is because we had so much front downforce on the car, and the downforce levels were really good. The aero on this car was basically one of its strong suits, and so we were able to, like, pull away from others who were having a hard time. I mean, if you go back to Mexico, and you go back to some of the other races, the Mercedes cars just couldn't hang. I don't know about the others because all it was just simply Mercedes, Mercedes, Mercedes. But thankfully, though, we should still be able to, get through. Or actually, we should be able to, stay ahead of them as much as possible. Because once we get our downforce levels back up, then we should be able to pull away. Because right now, this low downforce is just killing me. It's killing my hands. It's killing our lap time. It's killing everything. As you can see, we've gone green in the sector, but we need to get to purple in order to make something happen. We're just going to exercise everything and then try to get through here as best we can. See if we can get a little bit of distance done here. Ah, ran wide again. And that's gonna hurt us as well because, oh my God, Valtteri Bottas is trying to make something happen there, but couldn't do it because he tried again, but I came over and just kind of like gave him, no, couldn't do that. Yeah, see, we should be able to hold 7th gear through there. So right now, we continue to hold the race lead. Valtteri Bottas is second, Max Verstappen third, Lewis Hamilton is fourth, and Charles Leclerc stays in the 5th position. You can start to see that some of the cars back there are actually starting to, create a little gap here. So once they start coming up pit road, we'll be okay. But man, we need that front wing adjustment immediately to like help with this car, because that's where it's killing us. Now, if Max Verstappen gets the fastest lap award, it's okay because he's cool. He's not Lewis Hamilton. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, if I had lost it to Lewis Hamilton, I think that would have been a very bad ending. But we still got plenty of time. We still got plenty of laps to get it back. In fact, once we get that front wing adjustment on this car, then we should be okay. I mean, sure, we're leading, but I would like to, start doing some better laps here, because right now the car is just too tight. Way, way, way too tight.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are definitely going to box in, and we really need the front wing to just. We really need that front wing adjustment tremendously. Because then, once we get that front wing adjustment, then we'll be able to hold the corners a lot better. We'll be able to hold them, and we'll be able to make some better grounds. Also, you can see, too, that the sky is changing from this little cloudiness, and the lights are now on, so you can see the cars as they will start to get darker in here. Or actually, it'll start to get darker at the racetrack. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, because I'm just trying to concentrate on these. Because at the time of this, I actually just got done filming the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Oh boy, Valtteri Bottas trying to get us on the outside, can't get it done. Boy, he is just right there. But I don't think there's anything that he can do. Now the curious thing, though, is I'll be curious to see who ends up coming to pit road first. Most likely it's going to be me, because I absolutely need this front wing adjustment. Now Valtteri Bottas goes to the outside. That's not going to work, boy. Oh no, I am toast here, because Verstappen was able to get the jump on him, but oh my god. He tried everything to wreck me there, which thankfully he didn't. Alright, here we go. We're coming into pit road now. Alright. So now let's see if they'll make the adjustment here on the front wing, and we'll see if anybody else decides to come in as early as I do. But here we go. So off come the softs, on go the mediums.
Exit now.
I didn't see them make the adjustment, but I'm pretty sure that we're now at a 10 on the front wing. So hopefully that's the case.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
Yep. So now we'll just wait and see what happens. And because we're the first car that came to pit road, this means now we should be okay. Because then once everybody else comes to pit road, then we'll be able to cycle back around to the race lead. And already I'm feeling a major difference in the car. Oh my. Yeah, this feels way different now. This feels a heck of a lot better. So now we're back here in the 15th position. Everybody else should be coming to pit road here pretty soon. And then what we will probably do is that maybe if this adjustment is our magic adjustment that will bring the magic back to this car, then we will more than likely pit one lap later, later in the race when we do our second pit stop. Yeah, you can see right now that we're already on the purple. Yeah, see that? The car is feeling better. The car is already feeling a hell of a lot better. Oh yeah, we can hold this a lot better than anybody else. So I think we may have found the magic and brought it back into the car. So now let's see if anybody else comes to pit road. I don't see anybody else peeling off unless I'm mistaken. Ah, here comes that flurry of cars, and there's our teammate Fernando Alonso, who should be coming in here pretty soon. So, we already know now... Ooh, Verstappen's to pit road. Okay, then. So now the next question that I have, especially when it comes to everything, is how are we going to do this? And now, here we go, Alonso's going to have to give it up to me. Oh my goodness, Alonso. Alright, there we go. Alright, now let's see if we can really pick up some pace here. Because I can feel this car is just now come to life, which is awesome. Right down ahead of us is Sergio Perez and Sebastian Vettel. They'll have to make their pit stops here momentarily. But as we make our way through the track here on lap 9 of 28, this is going to put us in some pretty good spots here, because once we get out front again, as you can see, we have the green, which is great, but now we need to get to purple. So we're trying to get to purple here. Go ahead and use a little bit of our overtake here, see if there's some way that we can get back the fastest lap on this run. I don't think we will, but let's see. We can make it through the corners. More cars are coming in. Let's see what happens if we come out of the corner with a little touch-up burst. Put us back to P1.
That's a new fastest lap of the race.
So we've done it there, and now put us into the race lead. And look at our teammate! Alonso is second? Did Fernando Alonso come to pit road? Oh my god. Look at this. We're running 1-2. Well, that's cool. That's the first time in a long time that we've ran 1-2. Now, it's interesting. Oh, Lewis Hamilton is probably on the alternate strategy. You see that? He's on the softs while everybody else took the mediums. Interesting. Well, I don't think that's going to affect us too much, but that's an interesting call there for Lewis Hamilton. But I'll tell you what, it's great seeing my my soon-to-be former teammate Fernando Alonso finishing second. I mean, could we get a 1-2? Could we end up getting... Nah, we didn't. Because Lewis Hamilton basically put on the afterburners and now has surpassed Alonso. But that was kind of cool to see Alonso up there for just a short period of time. Oh! Wow. Car just got wicked loose in the back end. Oh, I actually ended up getting flashbacks from when we raced at Australia. Okay, be careful here. Get through these final couple of corners here for this lap. See if it's going to beat it. I don't think it's going to beat that lap. Nope. Yeah, just a little too, just a little too short. Teammates in the pits, and now Lewis Hamilton gets the goddamn fastest lap again. Oh my god. Whoa. So back end just snapped loose on me. Which made us get a red in that sector. God, we need to get that fastest lap back, or else I'm never gonna hear the end of it. So we gotta use as much of the overtake as we can down this straightaway. And then try to see what else we can do. Because we can't afford to have him, you know, get that fastest lap again. Down the second back straightaway as we go. Let's see how we do here in the second sector. Okay, we went green there, but we need to get purple. We need to get some sort of purple here, so. I know we're driving with this, with it all deployed, but I'm just trying to get something that we can use to try and get ahead. Just gotta be really careful here and not screw anything over. Okay, let's see what happens here as we come off of this corner. Do we get it back? Let's see. Do we get it? We do. We got a 140 there, which is great news for us. So now let's go ahead and let the batteries recharge. Because we're going to need to let them recharge for when we need to do another burst. But now the car feels a lot better. And look at that. We actually go purple here in Sector 1. We kind of needed that for the last lap. So it looks like Lewis Hamilton is going to be on the alternate strategy, which might have been a good idea, but I really wasn't too big on that. I decided to go with just the traditional strategy for this one. But anyway, a couple of things about Abu Dhabi is that this track actually did... Oh, shit. Messed up there. The track itself is very tight, as you can see, and it's also very weird. But also, notice that there's another area for, like, a start-finish line. That area is for, like, some other classes. Like, I believe MotoGP drives here. I also know that some other touring cars come here, too. And it's always a big deal, because you can see all the lights and everything coming on. You can see how gorgeous this track is. There's also a few little boat areas that you can go into, which is pretty neat. Now, I'm kind of curious on if we're going to hold the fastest lap. I hope we do. Even though I had that little screw up in the back chute there. We make our way to lap 13. Let's see what happens here as now Lewis Hamilton.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Gap to teammate behind is 29.3 seconds.
Let's see. Oh, why does it do this?
Copy that.
Yeah, we're not going to come in for any more tires until we absolutely need to. But I hate when it does that because you can't really look at anything. But now the gap is just 1.5 seconds almost. So we got to be really careful with this. And I do know that Lewis Hamilton will have to go to the mediums. So once he's on the mediums, there's no way that he can catch us. So right now we just need to be nice and careful here from this. I already saw his... Ooh, I just saw his little thing flip up. So he definitely has those... soft tires working to his advantage. But there's not much he can do if he can't pass in these technical portions. Go ahead and kick in a little bit of our overtake here. See if we can't make a little bit of distance on him. Trying to be nice and gentle with that. I mean, you can see that he is closing the gap, but you know what? He can't really close the gap in these technical portions of the track. It's good news. Well, he's closed the gap down tremendously, but I don't think that's going to be any issues for us, because again, remember, he's on the softs, we're on the mediums, and those softs are going to wear out before these mediums do. So right now, he's kind of just going to be a sitting duck with those softs. But as you can see here in Sector 1, we're definitely gapping him, which is good news. As we make our way down the back straightaway, a long straightaway. This is usually where Lewis Hamilton can gain a lot of stuff here. But right now, it's looking like that Valtteri Bottas is not going to get a podium. But you can see now we're starting to pull away a little bit, because I think those soft tires on Hamilton are starting to wear out. Now, once we're all on the same tire, then it would be a question of who can get it better. Ooh, nice and easy through there. Nice and easy. Look at that. Well, we're showing green now for all of this. But the real question is, can we keep this lead and keep it away from Lewis Hamilton? I think we can, and I think we also can keep the fastest lap award away from him as well. Also, take a look at Lando Norris, who has now moved up into the 5th position. You know, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. I can tell you this game is very much favoritism towards Lewis Hamilton, because we were doing just fine there. See? And you know what, too? It's funny because right now I'm not speaking as very well because A, I'm tired, but also B, I'm just trying to keep an eye on everything and just trying to keep everything going because, oh my goodness gracious, he is gaining major ground. Did you see that? That car made up a half a second practically. That is insane. So let's see what happens here with this. So he's definitely making good use of those soft tires, it seems. And right now, he's the only one that is, like, close enough to us. Oh, there's a change for position. It looks like Bottas got around Max Verstappen for 3rd. God, Lewis Hamilton has closed the door tremendously on us, but I don't think he's going to cause us any problems, but yikes. he's definitely showing that he wants to win this race. So there he is behind us now.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on mediums.
Yep, so we're back again on this on a new set of mediums.
At the moment, the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
Jesus, 1 second per lap? That doesn't seem right. But of course, this is Formula One, so in this game, Lewis Hamilton is like king. But wait till we get to F1 2023, because if it's anything to go off of, especially with some of the stuff that has gone on in real life, we won't have to deal with Lewis Hamilton too much. Maybe his teammate George Russell, but I don't know. Anyway, we've hit lap 16 of 28 as we continue our path to finish up this season. This little Alpine is now feeling a lot better since putting the downforce back up, and it's been doing pretty well. But Lewis Hamilton has kept a decent gap with us, mainly due to the fact that he took the alternate strategy of running with softs. Now, I probably could have done that myself as well, but I decided against it because I didn't think softs would be that good. But obviously, Lewis is making it handle pretty well. But let's see what we can do here, because he's about 1.6 seconds behind us, which is not too bad. We do have at least 2 more laps to go until we get to our pit stop, which then we'll have to see those sets of mediums to the end. And right now, I think that those softs that Lewis has are starting to wear down at this point, because now we're gapping him again. And I also mentioned about a certain part of the track. Look at this right here. See this corner right here? This has actually been eliminated, and so we won't have to worry about this corner when we get to F1 2023. Use a little bit of our overtake right now. And you can see a lot of, man, everybody is just spread out all over the place. And this is also, too, a really good track to see, like, you know, who is good on speed and who, you know, needs help and everything. But right now, we have about a 2.7 second lead ahead of Hamilton right now. Bottas is third, Verstappen is fourth, and Lando Norris is currently in the 5th position. Of course, because I don't see his teammate Daniel Ricciardo at this point. Wow, the car is just getting a little bit too loose in the back end there. As you can see, we are still holding firm in the green zone, which is really nice. But it's usually around this last part here that we always seem to lose it, and I don't know why. All I know is that you know, we're getting down to the final 11 laps of this race.
This lap, push hard on the in-lap.
Hamilton comes to pit road first, so he's going to perform an undercut. So those softs have run out on him. But does that mean he's going to get back to the race lead? I don't think that's going to be the case, because he's the only car that has come to pit road. So now we have to go in this time by. Because here's the thing. Lewis Hamilton has now 4-star hand. Because he came in a lap early before our pit window opened, this means he's trying to perform an undercut. If we can get back to pit road as fast as we can, especially with the way that our tires are right now, then we can probably still keep him at bay. Because now everybody else is just losing time. Like, there's Lewis Hamilton's dot way in the back. See how he's about to hit that sector 2? Or actually that number 2 above the sector? He is right there. He is like he's like almost a 1/3 of a track away from us. So we really need to have a good pit stop here. in order to mitigate any time loss. So let's get through these couple of corners, see if we can get back to pit road as fast as we can. Use a little bit of DRS to try and open the gap. Alright, now, here we go. We're coming to pit road right now. So now we just got to keep our eye out for where Lewis Hamilton is. Into pit road we must go. Now we'll see if anybody else joins. There's Lewis Hamilton's dock right there as he's exiting the color corners and going into the final two. Off come the mediums. On go the mediums. 2.7 seconds. Bottas is in pit road. Alright, where is Lewis Hamilton? Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Oh, this is going to be extremely close. And this could be for the win of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but let's see what happens as we come out of pit road. We might be able to beat Lewis Hamilton, do we? I think we did. I think we just got ahead of Lewis Hamilton. So his strategy just blew up in his face, I think. Because now we're back on some good tires. And look at who's leading the Grand Prix right now. Lando Norris. So we pulled the strategy move perfectly. In fact, it didn't really make no never mind that Hamilton, you know, came in a lap early. We came one lap later. My team did really good, and now pretty much he's going to be a sitting duck. So now Lando Norris has to come to pit road. So he's kind of, I mean, Lando Norris unfortunately is kind of shooting himself in the foot here. Because now he's probably not going to get a good finish. I know there's a couple of cars that probably still need to come to pit road. Because we're now within 10 laps to go. 10 final laps to decide who wins the Abu Dhabi GP. So Lando Norris should be coming in this time by, which then the lead will cycle back around to us. Let's see, here he comes to pit road. So yeah, here he comes back to pit road for his final stop. So that'll put us into the lead of the Abu Dhabi GP. And wow, Norris, Sainz, and Perez all come to pit road. So now this should bring the top 5 back to the way it was before. Yeah, we're not doing that. Once again, we had a little issue. Let's try that again, shall we? So now this should bring the top 5 back to where it was originally, I think. Had to let off the gas just a little bit there. So it looks like it's going to go back to us leading, Hamilton second, Bottas third, Verstappen fourth, and looks like Lando Norris might hang on to the 5th position. So that's pretty good, but he's got to get up to speed first, so we'll see if he ends up retaining that spot. I don't know if he does or not, but we have a 2.2 second lead now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. So now the big question is, how do we fare on the mediums compared to him? And right now, his intervals have been all over the place. Also, I don't know why they put those little sausage curves right there. That's what's really ruining our groove here. So we now have 9 laps to go. As we come back around, there will be 8 laps to go this time by. And as you can see, he has closed the gap, but he does not have the fastest lap because we were able to do it pretty quickly. It's now down to just 1.5, or actually 1.2 seconds, now up to 1.3. So right now, our car is still pretty good. And I gotta say, as we go into these final couple laps here with the Alpine, this thing has been amazing. This thing has been amazing as Fernando Alonso comes to pit road. So he did a very late stop.
Fernando's in the pits.
This car may not have been the quickest compared to the Mercedes, but we still somehow eked out the fastest lap award and a lot of different pole positions as well. We took this middle marker team and really did some good with it. I wish we hadn't a DNF in those couple of races. At one point, I thought we were not going to, win anything, but then we were finally able to get some good wins, so that is pretty neat. So now we just gotta be really careful here, but I did mess up a little bit there, because now the gap, holy shit, Lewis Hamilton is right there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get past us. We gotta be really careful now. We just need to keep him behind us. I mean, this has been one race that the car has just not been the best. See if we can cut off a little bit of his stuff.
Bring a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Well, don't worry. He's not going to catch us. Man, the front end is having all kinds of issues right now. I don't know what's going on with it, but we are extending our lead just a little bit on Lewis Hamilton. But they must have done something to Hamilton's car that really gave him some sort of weird advantage. Now let's see if we can stay out of his DRS zone. Look at that. We cut the corner just a little bit, but we didn't cut it track length wise. We cut it basically as we just turned in a little bit harder than he did. My god, if this was for the Drivers' Championship, we would be sweating bullets right now. I mean, I'm sweating a little bit because I know that there's our 18th win is on the line. We haven't been able to really pull away yet from Lewis Hamilton, which has just been crazy here. With a car that was kind of sick all practice long. In fact, it was actually 12th fastest in the first practicing session, and then we got to 6th, then to 3rd, and then finally the pole position, which was just insane. But let's see what we can do here with this. We make it through those last few corners. Lewis Hamilton is right there behind us, but I don't think he's going to have any chance to pass us at this point because we have a little bit better off the line. I'm going to cut it down here. Because anytime that we can actually beat him in terms of his slipstream, that would be perfect. Do some more of that DRS. We come up this way. We now have just 6 laps to go in the season. 6 laps to go. And boy, we hit the apexes beautifully. It's now just a 2-man race. It's between us and Lewis Hamilton to see who will win the Abu Dhabi GP. Right now, everything is just kind of maxed out. I mean, everything is just kind of right there. That it's all wearing together nicely. Don't really need to worry about that right now. But boy, oh boy, this has certainly been one intense race to see if we can win this. The gap is now 1.7 seconds that he has behind us, and it's been fluctuating the most. But it seems like we are now slowly opening it up just a little bit. Because all we can hope for right now, as now I've just been told that Gran Turismo 7 has been updated, thank you very much. That's gonna be funny to like put that up on the board. But right now, I'm just keeping an eye on the track itself, doing everything we can. We don't have to cut our track down, but look at that. A 140.527 is once again the fastest lap. We basically dropped it again because of everything we're doing. Well, that's okay that we have 5 laps of fuel remaining. because we now have just 5 laps to go. The gap is still 1.5 seconds, and it's slowly building up to 2 seconds. You can see that we're now in total darkness, or at least, darkness in the way of how the track lights work. But this is so beautiful. The gap is now 2.2 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And we have just played the consistency game a lot better. We did some alternate strategies in past races, and we were able to beat these guys. In fact, it was amazing how well we were on the hard tires. It was crazy good how we were able to just run these people down. But today, we just haven't been able to really pull away too much from these cars, which tells me that they may have had an extra engine up their sleeve, which means we probably should have pulled it out here, but it's okay. Coming to the line, we get another fast lap.
We're leading our teammate by 43.7 seconds.
Wow, 2 reds and a green, and we were able to drop it down a little bit more, which is great. But now we have just 4 laps of racing to go. 4 laps to go in this season, and I'll tell you what, as these fans are about to see, we basically started this, I would say, as far back as May. And then we started doing races every single week, and then we're here in October, about to wrap up the season. We have a gap of 2.5 seconds now ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and we're slowly closing in on the back markers too. So that means one more time to possibly lap Nikita Mazepin or Mick Schumacher. But I don't know if we're going to get close enough to really do anything about it. As we take these final couple laps with the Alpine, I will say, driving for Alpine has been really awesome because it allowed me to kind of just get to feel the car a bit better. It also allowed me to do some more big stuff with the car. And it was also really cool too because I got to learn a lot about how the F1 cars work on this game. And figure out exactly how to run them, because before this, I was terrible with
There's
this.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
But this game really helped me out, even though 2021 is forever a cursed year, in mostly NASCAR, but also in some other divisions. But here we go. We are now on 3 laps to go. God, I cannot believe the series is about to end in about 3 laps. This is definitely going to be a stellar win for us, because now the gap is increasing. We are definitely getting a heck of a lot better here, and the car is just... The car has just been amazing. Let's use a little bit of our overtake now. Don't really need to use too much of it at this point, because we have a pretty healthy lead ahead of Lewis. And it looks like Lando Norris might sneak out of here with the top 5 finish. That is, unless one of the Ferraris get him. You can see up ahead, we're closing in on Nikita Mazepin. We might be able to pass him at some point. But now we're just kind of letting this do its thing. Get through the corners. The car just wanted to snap loose there, so we gotta be really careful next time we come back around. There's Mazepin right there ahead of us. But he won't be much of a factor for us. Here we go. We're coming to just 2 laps to go in the season. 2 to go to get another win. Look at that! We're almost into the 139s. This car has really come to life lately going.
Second lap on the car behind.
I mean, Lewis Hamilton's tires have probably worn out, and he's probably pushed way too hard on them, so This is just going to be an amazing ending to this race, and also an amazing ending to this season. It was an amazing season to have you guys come along with me, and you've seen everything. You saw our wins. You saw the trials and tribulations we had with this car. You saw a lot of things with this. And I gotta say, this is gonna be only the second racing series that I've ever completed on this channel. The Xfinity series, unfortunately, will never be completed because it's lost to time. But doing this in F1 has been an amazing deal. And now, it looks like we're about to... It looks like that we are about to put ourselves on the top rung. Now, there is about 1 lap of fuel remaining. Hopefully it's enough to get us around here to the start-finish line, because we are about to have the final lap of the season. But here we go. We're going to be coming off of the final corner. We'll be taking the white flag lap presented by Ally Bank. 1 lap to go for the full season. We started in Bahrain and won there. Then we had some DNFs and we had some issues. But then we came back strong in Canada, and ever since we were untouchable. Up until we got to Australia, where that unfortunately turned into a bad deal. This Alpine has been just an amazing little car. It was not the quickest, even though we got the fastest laps. But with a little bit of aero and a little bit of luck, we were able to pull off everything that we could with this. Sadly, we could not get it a Constructors' Championship, but this car has done an amazing job. This car has literally done everything I've been telling it to. And now, as we make our way through the final couple of corners, you guys are about to see history. I'm just now giving it a little less fuel because I can see that we're almost out of fuel, so we gotta be really careful here. Hopefully the car does not run out of gas. But even if it did, we would still have the fastest lap. So right now at this point we can kind of coast a little bit, but you can see that Lewis Hamilton has closed the gap, but there's going to be nothing that he can do. We are going to be coming out of the final couple of corners. Ladies and gentlemen, the F1 2021 season is over. Our 18th win of the season. We win at Abu Dhabi, and that is the end of the F1 season.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
Oh, we did it, mates. We did it. And Daniel Ricciardo is the last driver of the day. Unbelievable, everybody.
That's it then. They've taken the win here as we wrap up another fantastic Formula One season. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Once again, it's podium time, and once again, it's a clear win for Alpine. Alpine have seen their fair share of success in Formula One, and today is proof that they've still got what it takes to thrill us all. Congratulations to everyone at Alpine.
Oh, my goodness, what a season. What a season. There's just not much more I can say. That was fantastic.
After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today. An incredible performance.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
We did it. Unfortunately, it couldn't have been a 1-2 for us at Alpine, but still, that was amazing. That was amazing. We did it. We won it. We won it. We won it. Our 18th win of the season. We won 18 of the 23 races. That is just amazing.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you? So talk us through what happened between you and your rival today. You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.
The contract renewal window has opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else.
Well, the contract renewal doesn't need to happen right now. It's really awesome that we were able to actually do this with the car that we had. I mean, oh my god, this was... What an amazing finish to the season. And now look at that. 18 wins with about 20 fastest lap awards. That is just amazing. Look at that. That is so cool. Well, folks, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the season and the end to this series. So therefore, we're going to say goodbye to our friends at Alpine. They were amazing. They gave me a fantastic car, and we dominated the season. And I'm excited to go back. I'm excited to go back to this again, but this time drive for the folks at Ferrari. So that's gonna do it for this season. Thank you all so much for coming to us. In fact, this was just so awesome. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in F1 2023. Until then, take care, and so long, Alpine. You were amazing.